Welcome to this explainer on AI program governance. Look, if you're a CIO, CXO, or leading a PMO right now, you are probably feeling that immense, almost unprecedented pressure to adopt AI. Today, we're diving into a high-impact framework tailored exactly for you. We have to start with a tough question. What if the biggest risk in adopting AI for program governance is not the technology, but the governance around it? Seriously, we need to stop viewing AI as just another IT implementation. It's not. It's a rigorous strategic challenge that's going to test the absolute foundation of your enterprise management. To help us anchor this whole framework, we're turning to the expertise of Arunava Chakravarty. He's an independent consultant and strategic advisor with over 30 years of enterprise program and delivery leadership across government, defense, telecom, and IT services. He spends his time advising CXOs and PMO heads on governance, recovery, and executive decision support. His insights are essentially the bedrock of the 7-Gate framework we're exploring today. All right, here is our roadmap for this explainer. We're mapping out this 7-Gate framework across 5 core areas: the AI governance paradox, defining purpose and necessity, ownership and data readiness, risk, people and value, and finally, the leadership mandate. Let's get right into it. Section 1, the AI governance paradox. Let's unpack the real tension of AI. Here's the thing you have to realize. Your core leadership task is not tool selection. Your job is establishing the conditions where an AI-supported decision can actually be trusted, challenged, and if necessary, reversed. You don't just approve AI because some shiny new tool is available. You approve a pilot only if the use case passes all 7 gates. If you spot remediable gaps, that's a conditional approval. Fund the fix first and hold the pilot funding. If data or accountability is materially weak, you defer to strengthen your discipline. And crucially, if there's disproportionate risk or no real value, you stop. Just don't automate it. Moving on to Section 2, defining purpose and necessity. This is all about the why and the how of AI. Okay, the crucial point here is that you absolutely must demand hard evidence before you even sit through a vendor tech demo. Gate 1 asks, what specific, measurable business or governance problem are we actually solving? Saying, we want AI in governance is just an ambition. It's not a problem statement. You need a crisp, one-sentence problem statement that specifies your baseline, the target, and who the accountable executive is. Then, Gate 2 forces you to prove AI is genuinely necessary. Is AI actually better than just fixing your broken manual processes? You have to quantify the incremental benefit of AI after process remediation to find its true value. To make this real, your Gate 1 problem statement has to target practical, everyday PMO realities. For example, your goals should be solving delayed risk escalation, or stopping commercial leakage, easing capacity constraints, or reducing decision latency. It can't be this vague, high-level AI for the PMO fluff. You've got to pinpoint exactly where the signal is today and why your current process is dropping the ball. All right, Section 3, ownership and data readiness. Let's talk about strict accountability. Gate 3 targets a huge pitfall we see all the time: assigning decision rights. Everyone talks about having a human in the loop, but that only works if that human's authority, capacity, and accountability are explicitly defined. Who owns the output? Who has the power to override it? And how is that override actually logged? Governance AI needs to inform a named decision owner, not create a massive accountability gap. Then, Gate 4 demands process and data fitness. Basically, you have to inventory every single data source and ruthlessly test it for consistency and lineage. So why is Gate 4 so critical? Well, because AI absolutely cannot fix bad management discipline. Look at this comparison. If your data inputs are a mess right now, say you've got inaccurate program status because of weak baselines or late RAD updates, throwing AI at the problem won't help one bit. It's just going to take that exact same inaccurate data, encode it, automate it, and spit it back at you with this highly dangerous, objective-looking veneer of authority. It's like automating your own mistakes. Let's pivot to Section 4, risk, people, and value. These are your operational guardrails. These next 3 gates are here to ensure you aren't just launching a tool, but you're actually integrating it into a human operating model. Gate 5 asks bluntly what can fail. You have to set explicit suspension triggers for when the automation absolutely must stop. Gate 6 is all about preparing your people. You have to train users not just on how to click buttons, but on the model's limitations. And you must design a feasible process for them to disagree with the AI's output without fear of rocking the boat. Finally, Gate 7 demands you measure value and govern scale. You have to set baseline success thresholds before the pilot even gets off the ground. Your risk tier directly dictates your control intensity under Gate 5. If you're using AI for basic Tier 1 assistance, like summarizing rate entries, you really just need source traceability and some reviewer verification. No big deal. But as you move up to Tier 3 controlled automation, you need preset thresholds and strict suspension triggers. And if you're hitting Tier 4, high-impact stuff like triggering a client-facing event based on AI, that requires explicit executive risk acceptance. Autonomous operation at that level is almost always completely inappropriate. To actually satisfy Gate 7's requirement for measurable value, leadership has to track specific metrics. Are we acting earlier? Track your detection lag. Are the alerts even useful? Track precision and recall. Are humans challenging the AI effectively? Look at override quality. And please, pay close attention to alert fatigue. Excessive AI alerts can create this fatigue that actually obscures genuine escalations. It basically degrades your control through overuse. Finally, measure the total operating cost. Is the value actually real once you factor in the human review effort? That brings us to our final part, Section 5, the Leadership Mandate, your executive checklist. This is it right here. This is your ultimate 7-gate approval checklist. Gap, fit, rights, data, risk, people, and scale. Every single one of these gates requires documented evidence before you move forward, and the absolute golden rule here is this. If any material gate on this list goes unanswered, leadership's decision rule has to be to conditionally approve, defer, or stop entirely. Your approval should never, ever depend on this naive assumption that governance will just magically figure itself out after the tool is deployed. I want to leave you with a core philosophy from Arunava Chakravarty that really captures the heart of this entire explainer. Good governance does not slow AI adoption. It makes AI safe and valuable enough to scale. The specific tools and vendors you use, they're going to change. That's inevitable. But the underlying disciplines of accountability, demanding evidence, allowing human challenge, and maintaining operational control, those will never become obsolete. So as you head into your next C-suite huddle or PMO strategy session, I leave you with this final critical thought to present to your colleagues. Can your leadership team answer all 7 questions before approving your next AI initiative? If you can't, you might just be buying a tool rather than building a true capability. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.